If you don't know who I am, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm also a certified health coach. Today's video is going to be on social work. If I had something like this, I don't know, maybe I would have had a different outcome. But at any rate, I want you to make an informed decision, and don't just take this video, do additional research so that you can make a decision on what's best for you. The first thing on things to consider when looking into social work is, how do you want to affect change? Social work is such a broad field. Like, you could do therapy, you could work with corporations, you could work out in the community, you can work in the judicial system. So many different ways you can practice social work. So having an idea on what you want to do to positively affect society is going to help streamline you in which direction you want to go. The second thing is, figure out if you even need a master's degree to do what you want to do. The reality of it is that everybody doesn't want to go to school for an extra 2 years and then go through another 2 years of licensure stuff and all that. Everybody doesn't want to do that. Some people just really want to work with people, and you don't necessarily have to get a master's degree to do good quality work. Now, the caveat to that is, if you do decide that you want to forego a master's or even a license, you are limiting your options for employment and types of jobs. But at the end of the day, you don't necessarily have to get a master's in order to work in the field of social work. And that leads me to my third point, figuring out if you want to get a license. Now, in my program, Clinical Community Social Work Master's Program, we focus on both getting a license and doing direct care therapy as well as working out in the community. And it was stressed that if you want to succeed and, do better when you're out there applying for jobs, that having a license is the best route. And they pushed us to try to take the exam as close to graduation as what we could. They said that if you took the licensing exam within a year of graduation, you improve your likelihood of passing it and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, everybody doesn't want to get a license. And also, you don't have to get a license to get a good paying social work job. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. If you are looking into social work, look at how people are practicing social work in the state that you live in. Certain states lean more towards direct care therapy jobs than macro. I reside and I practice out of the state of North Carolina, and there's a heavy leaning towards direct care social work, doing therapy so that you can build, so that you can positively affect the bottom line. So if you know that you kind of don't want to get a license, and you know that you want to lean towards maybe the macro side and affecting policy or corporations, and you live in a state like North Carolina that doesn't really offer a lot of employment opportunities to do that, that could be something to consider too. Maybe you should look into another state that more so aligns with the type of social work that you want to do. The next thing is, what population do you want to work with? Do you want to work with children? Do you want to work with adults? Do you want to work with people who have experienced severe trauma? Knowing your population in a niche that you want to work with, especially if your overall goal is to go into private practice, is really going to help you going into it, because you can specialize and curate the opportunities, the internship opportunities, even the school that you choose, the program that you choose. These things can change. I know when I first got into social work, I worked a lot with kids and families, but now I'm currently doing telehealth with adults only. So your preference for a population you want to work with and even the niche can change as you progress through your social work career, but having a hold on what you want to do from the beginning can save you a lot of time. The next thing is, will you be working during your master's or your BSW program? That's going to have an effect on the internship that you choose. You have to find an internship that works around your work schedule. Like, that's going to affect you in multiple ways. The next thing is having unresolved personal emotional issues. For example, having unresolved trauma or complicated grief. These are very big emotions that can impact implementation of your treatment, and can also really speed up work burnout, which is something that a lot of social workers go through, unfortunately. So my suggestion would be to, if you have a lot of emotional stuff you need to unpack, to see if you can see a therapist. Having therapy to deal with your own issues is only going to enhance and improve the quality of when you're working with other people. Having a support support group. For a new social worker, there's a lot of things that you're going to go through that having somebody that either has already gone through it or maybe going through it and they have learned ways to kind of maneuver, that's going to take a lot of stress off of you. So make sure that you have an emotional support group, whether it be or a person in line whenever you are looking to get into social work. So that's basically it. This list is not exhaustive. I wanted to hop up here real quick to talk about things, little nuggets that I learned, put them together for those who are considering. Know that while social work is a challenging field to be in, it is also a very rewarding field to be in as well. Knowing that you are the difference maker in people's lives is so affirming, especially if you're an empath or you're just a helping person in general. So don't be discouraged. I don't want to give an impression on my channel that social work is just horrible, because it's not. You just have to set things up to make it work for you. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please share this video and like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any feedback, leave it in the comment section below. And until the next social work video, I will see you guys later.